Hello and welcome to this channel about cryptocurrency education. Today I'd like to talk about Cardano and talk about something some of you might not know about, and this is the fact that universities are actually starting to teach Cardano or are engaged in running Cardano stake pools, which is really interesting. And it was mentioned briefly in Cardano's recent 360 update video, and I mentioned it in my summary video of the 360 update, that there are universities obviously collaborating with Cardano, with the team, with the foundation to start to teach Plutus, the programming language, and to include Cardano in their blockchain curriculum. And this is really interesting because we don't really hear a lot of this in the media. And however, universities more and more are starting to teach Cardano and blockchain, and they're starting to offer courses and really start to do more research in the space of blockchain, which is very important. And it just allows it just allows mainstream adoption from a different point of view, from a different angle, because we often talk about YouTubers and anybody really invested in Cardano or in blockchain or in crypto, I mean in general, really talking about different projects that are running, how users will use blockchain and dApps and everything. But actually there's a completely different angle, which is really teaching blockchain to students, pupils, and on universities or in universities. And that is very interesting. I mean, had that been around when I was at university, I probably would have gone for it, because it is the future. If you get taught by universities all about blockchain and you are engaged in the research, I believe you are well equipped for the future, even though it's all about practice and not only about theory, but the theory part is important as well. But I just want to mention here the University of Wyoming that actually is running a Cardano stake pool, and they obviously they are doing it, to do some research and to start engaging some students. I just found that quite interesting. They've actually received funding of $50,000 to put towards that stake pool. And also, and that is actually from last year, I believe. But the Cardano, or was it 2017? No, that was Celebrity's launch. But Cardano is actually engaged with the University of Edinburgh. Then we have this, and that was from 2020. Cardano was actually involved with some other universities here, with the University of Illinois, and also quite interestingly, and that came out in April 2021, that Cardano has been integrated into the University of Zurich's 2021 blockchain curriculum. And I just want to mention it to make you aware of it if you haven't known about this. But and they mention it in the most recent Cardano 360 that more and more universities are actually contacting Cardano or the foundation to start teaching Cardano and to start teaching Plutus, the programming language. And I found that so interesting, because we shouldn't forget that this is only the beginning. So if students are now starting at universities and they start to learn about Plutus, it won't be before, it will take a couple of years for this really to become more and more mainstream from a universities and students perspective, because people need to do people start learning about it, they do their research, they write their thesis or dissertations, they will be published. It can take 3, even 4 years, but then the more documentation is coming from all sides. This is one way of decentralization as well, I believe, because people publish their own research, they do their own research with the Cardano blockchain, with dApps maybe, launching their own projects as part of their university experience. And that is so interesting, because that makes blockchain much more mainstream, and it brings it just into the academic world, which is so important. And I believe Cardano has played a major role in this and actually driven this with its research-based and more academic approach. And I believe without Cardano, we wouldn't be where we are in terms of universities adopting blockchain and integrating blockchain into their curriculum. And I also believe that universities who will be too late with this might actually lose a competitive advantage. So I guess, you know, any tech-based university is actually a must for them to integrate blockchain into their curriculum, and also particularly Cardano, because of Cardano's academic approach and the collaboration with universities. So that is really a bonus for Cardano, and I believe that will make Cardano much bigger, not immediately, but also in the long term, just because of its adoption. And if Cardano is widespreadly taught, more and more people will know about it, more and more people will use it, more and more people will develop it. And it's a very clever way of bringing new developers into the space, because if, you know, just imagine in universities Plutus is being taught and students learning Plutus all over the world, they will be very well equipped to actually write dApps, which will then increase Cardano's adoption and make it more user-friendly, you know, because people and users will develop dApps and everything, and that will just kick off that will just have a knock-on effect on everything. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Hopefully you liked that update. If you did, then please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.